Have you ever looked up at a storm cloud, dark and heavy with rain, and felt a sense of ancient power? For generations, indigenous cultures of North America told stories of a creature that lived within those clouds, the Great Thunderbird. This wasn't just any bird. It was a supernatural being of immense power and presence. Its wingspan was said to be so vast it could block out the sun, and the flap of its wings was the thunder that rolled across the plains. Lightning flashed from its eyes, striking the earth below. The Thunderbird was a powerful force of nature, a bringer of life-giving rain, but also a figure of respect and awe. It was a guardian, a protector, and a vital part of the natural world's balance. The legends say that Thunderbird nested in the highest, most inaccessible mountain peaks, hidden from human eyes. From there, it would soar out to hunt, its shadow passing over the land. It was a creature deeply connected to the sky and the storms. When the Thunderbird was pleased, the rains were gentle and nurturing, helping the crops grow and filling the rivers. But when it was angered, the storms were violent and destructive, a clear sign of its displeasure. People understood this relationship. They knew that to live in harmony with the land, they had to live in harmony with the Thunderbird. They would leave offerings, perform ceremonies, and always show respect for the storms it commanded. The sound of thunder wasn't just noise. It was the voice of the Thunderbird, a reminder of the power that governed the skies. But then, something began to change. The stories, once vibrant and alive, started to take on a more somber tone. They began to speak of a time when the storms grew strangely quiet. The familiar, earth-shaking thunder that once announced the Thunderbird's presence began to fade. The sky would darken, the clouds would gather, but the powerful, percussive heartbeat of the storm was missing. It was a subtle shift at first, one that might go unnoticed by those not attuned to the rhythms of nature. The elders, however, they felt it. They looked to the skies with worried eyes, listening for a sound that was no longer there. The silence was unsettling, like a missing note in the grand symphony of the world. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a quiet that was louder and more terrifying than the mightiest thunderclap. What caused this profound silence? The legends offer a heartbreaking explanation: human disrespect. As new people arrived on the land, they did not understand the old ways. They did not see the sacredness in the storm or the spirit within the thunder. To them, the mountains were just rock and timber, the rivers just water, and the storms just weather. They began to scar the land, cutting down ancient forests, polluting the rivers, and pushing their way into the sacred high places where the Thunderbird once dwelled. They fired their own loud weapons into the air, mocking the thunder with their own pale imitations. They showed no reverence, no gratitude, and no fear. They forgot that they were a part of nature, not its masters. This arrogance, this profound lack of respect, did not go unnoticed by the great being in the sky. The Thunderbird, seeing the disharmony and disrespect growing below, was deeply wounded. It was not a creature of malice, but of balance. It saw the broken treaties with the land and its spirits. The legends say that one day it decided to give a final, powerful warning. A storm of unparalleled fury was unleashed upon the land. The thunder was not just a rumble. It was a deafening roar that shook the very foundations of the earth. The lightning was not just a flash. It was a blinding, continuous web of fire that lit up the sky for hours. It was a storm that commanded attention, a storm that screamed the message of pain and anger. It was the Thunderbird's last desperate attempt to make humanity understand the consequences of their actions, to remind them of the sacred pact they were breaking. It was a final, awe-inspiring display of its power, a plea to return to the path of respect and harmony before it was too late. After that cataclysmic storm, a new and deeper silence fell. The sky itself seemed to grow quiet. The storms that followed were different. They were empty. The clouds would gather, the rain would fall, but the soul of the storm was gone. The thunder was muted, a distant echo of its former glory. The lightning felt weak, lacking the sharp, energetic crackle it once had. The skies no longer felt alive with a powerful presence. It was as if a great spirit had departed. The Thunderbird, in its sorrow and disappointment, had flown away. It left the world of humans, taking the true voice of the storm with it. The legends say it flew to a place beyond the horizon, a realm where the sacred is still honored, leaving behind a world that no longer valued its presence. The sky grew still, and the world became a little less magical, a little less wild. The disappearance of the Thunderbird left a void, not just in the sky, but in the hearts of those who remembered. The world continued, but the natural balance was disrupted. The seasons felt a little off, the rains less reliable. The absence of that great, thundering voice served as a constant, quiet reminder of what had been lost. Yet, even in the saddest versions of the legend, there is a flicker of hope. Some stories say the Thunderbird didn't leave forever. It is merely waiting, watching from its distant realm. It is waiting for humanity to remember its connection to the earth, to relearn the language of respect for nature, and to once again look at a storm cloud and see not just weather but a sacred and powerful spirit. The hope of the Thunderbird's return is a powerful metaphor for our own relationship with the natural world. Perhaps the silence of the storms is a reflection of our own spiritual silence, our own disconnection from the planet that sustains us. The legend tells us that the sky is not empty, but listening. It is waiting for us to change our ways. It is waiting for us to show gratitude, to live in balance, and to honor the sacredness of the world around us. And if we can do that, if we can heal our relationship with the earth, maybe, just maybe, one day we will hear it again. The flap of immense wings, the flash of lightning in ancient eyes, and the magnificent, earth-shaking roar of the Great Thunderbird returning to its rightful place in the sky. This story serves as more than just a myth. It's a timeless lesson about our responsibility to the environment and to the cultures that have understood this connection for millennia. It reminds us that our actions have consequences that can ripple through the very fabric of the world. So next time a storm rolls in, take a moment to listen. Listen past the rain and the wind. Listen for that deeper rumble, that heartbeat of the storm. And maybe, in that quiet moment of respect, you'll feel the hope that the Great Thunderbird might one day fly again. Thank you for watching and for listening to this story with an open heart. If you found this legend as powerful as I do, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the crossroads of myth and meaning. Let us know in the comments what other legends you'd like us to explore. Until next time, keep looking up.